welcome back. I finally have it. I completed this video on all the trips that I took inside Joshua Tree National Park. Over the course of the week that I spent within Joshua Tree, California, I ended up going into the national park on 3 separate trips. The first was before I picked up my friends from the airport. The second time was with our entire group, and then the third time was on the last full day with the 4 of us that had remained. Each trip I got to see new and unique parts of the park. And while I love hiking, I didn't really do any of the trails inside the park. And the reason for that is that most trails in most national parks are off limits for dogs. But fortunately, there was plenty to see just from driving through and within short walks of parking lots. So all 3 trips ended up being fantastic, and I can't wait to show you. So here you go. Enjoy. The night before getting into the Palm Springs area, I had slept at a rest stop, intending to wake up early enough to see the sunrise in the national park. That didn't quite happen though, since the sunrise was sooner than I was anticipating, which resulted in me seeing the really incredible and colorful sunrise on my drive into the park. And just as I got to the entrance, the color started to fade and a gray, overcast sky settled in. As I continued to drive, the sky cleared a bit and became absolutely stunning with the wispy clouds and the snow-dusted mountains. I had a few hours to kill before needing to be at the airport in Palm Springs, so I drove in through the west entrance and out through 29 Palms. Since the dogs couldn't go on the trails, I figured the least I could do was roll the windows down for them. We had one full day with everybody on the trip, and we decided to make a group trip to the national park together. Our Airbnb was within a mile of the west entrance, so it was a short drive, and the line to get in went pretty quickly. It was a Saturday, so it was pretty busy, but this park is cool in that there's areas where you can totally roam free and not have to stick to a specific trail. Within reason, of course. We parked on the side of the road and admired the Joshua trees, and then scrambled up some boulders to admire the scene around us. Then we drove to Keys Viewpoint that had sweeping views of Coachella Valley and the Mesa Mountains.
Well, we can go to the thing about
Wait, oh. I feel like she'd be a Ravenclaw.
She also gives Gryffindor vibes.
Oh yeah, maybe some Gryffindor.
What are you?
I'm a Hufflepuff. And on the final day, we were all about cacti. After planting our own in town, we drove over to the southernmost entrance that goes past the Cottonwood Visitor Center. This end of the park is a lot more barren looking and doesn't really have any Joshua trees visible from the road. What it does have though is direct access to the Cholla Cactus Garden. There is a short trail that brings you through clusters of these unique looking cacti. We got there just in time to stroll through the garden while the sun was setting. As you can expect, these cacti were prickly, and they had this kind of needle that really sticks to your skin, clothes, and hair, as we found out while we were walking on the trail. And we had also found out as we were pulling them out of my dog Ash. I took them out to have a potty break, and I swear I had them far enough from the actual cacti. Clearly I didn't, because two of the giant pieces initially stuck to her fur, and then as we tried to get them out, one dug into her paw, which resulted in two of us having to hold her down, while one person very delicately picked these individual needles out of her paw, and then the fourth person was making sure Ember just stayed out of the way. And that was Joshua Tree National Park. I have one more video from this trip from when I drove up along the California coast to get back home. So hang tight for that, and until then, you can like, subscribe, do all the things, and I'll see you next week. Bye!